So Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, seems to be officially retired. We all have our views on how that retirement match went down, if it was the right call or wrong call for Jon Moxley to be the guy. That's not what we're discussing, though. We're discussing our views on Cody Rhodes, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan. Who's the better babyface? Before we debate and give our takes, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the page. All right, so co-host one, me, I'm going Cody Rhodes. Co-host two, he goes Bryan Danielson. I'll let you start. Why is that the correct choice for better babyface?
Well, starting off, I'm going to look at why Cody's not the better choice. Uh, Cody is what I believe they call him Nepo babies. He's a Nepo baby in wrestling. Like, he was going to be a big star because of the legacy he was following. Like, with that Rhodes name, he was destined to be a big star. I will say he has stepped up and done his part. I think he's a great baby face right now. But the second like he came back to WWE as a babyface and the whole time as his run as a babyface, everyone's talked about that heel turn. So to me, everyone knows he's going to be a better heel than a babyface. You didn't get that with Daniel Bryan slash Bryan Danielson. And to me, I'm going to call him Daniel Bryan here because that's what I'm looking at. But in 2013, I feel like there was a groundswell of support for Daniel Bryan. I think that it was the fans really got behind him. It wasn't the machine that was behind him. The fans got behind him and made him the star. If you go back to that moment where they had all those world champions and Hall of Famers and legends in the ring for that unification match with Cena and Orton, and the crowd hijacked that moment for Daniel Bryan. And then also, Cody is like damn near indestructible as a babyface, where Daniel Bryan, he would have to fight back. Like, Cody, you got to almost kill him. Daniel Bryan, he like wouldn't go down without a fight. Like, you couldn't kill him because he had that heart in him. So to me, I lean towards Bryan being a better babyface, and because he's an underdog babyface.
All right, so the correct choice and the greatest babyface of all time, Cody Rhodes. It's because it is grounded in reality. All right, so you mentioned the dad thing. That's a reality aspect we can all get behind. We want to make our parents proud. He wants to make
Yeah.
his parents proud. He wants to win the title his dad never held. He started his own business. Like, people could say what they want. It's Tony Khan's business. Like, AEW doesn't exist if Cody Rhodes doesn't put the idea in everyone's head. That's his company. So he's technically the owner of two companies now, WWE and AEW. I know some might be like, oh, that's not a babyface. That's the American dream, owning businesses. He's doing it out here. Grounded in reality again. This is why he gets points over Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan. Everyone mentions the yes movement, the groundswell movement. I think WWE just worked everyone. I think they knew that they wanted Bryan Danielson to get a run. It worked storyline wise. They all were high on Bryan Danielson. They liked Daniel Bryan. They thought he was a good worker. They thought he could work in the ring. You know who they didn't like? Cody Rhodes. They cut his ass. They were like, "You're not world championship material, dude. Get the fuck out of here." And what does Cody do? He overcomes the odds, comes back to WWE to win the world title. That's the ultimate underdog.
Yeah, but like I said, people have been clamoring for that heel turn. Who ever clamored for a Daniel Bryan heel turn? Wasn't nobody out there asking for Ricky Steamboat to turn heel because he was a great baby face. Same with Daniel Bryan. No one was wanting Daniel Bryan to turn heel.
I think that even when Cody turns heel, it's still him as the better babyface because fans are just like, oh, this dude's so fucking cool. Let's see him be a bad guy for a while. Like, the fans are actually rooting for him to succeed. Where I I don't necessarily know if the fans truly love Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, if it's just wrestling works them into loving Daniel Bryan?
I don't think that WWE had any plans for Daniel Bryan to get where he got
You think it was legit the crowd hijacked it and
in
pushed?
2013, and then WWE turned it into a thing. But I think that moment with all those guys in the ring, I think that's a legitimate hijacking of that moment, that segment.
It could ultimately come down to these feuds as well. I also want to shout out Cody. Another thing that helps him with the babyface, I think he could sell more merch as babyface to children than Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I don't know. He dresses like Homelander, and Homelander's not for children. Also, looking at Daniel Bryan, he was trying to save the earth. He had a title made out of hemp, which we all know is better for the earth. Cody's wasting ink on a terrible neck tattoo. So
I think it really comes down to on who's the better babyface, on if you think that it was real Daniel Bryan's yes movement, and I just I think that it was probably WWE's plans.
I disagree. I think it was. I think they pass it off as their plan because they don't want to admit that it wasn't their plan. That they did it because of the fans' reaction.
Yeah, because
Vince McMahon knows better than the fans, so he's not gonna. He would never give credit saying that that's what the fans wanted.
and then the fans could hijack shows more often if they knew that that was the plan.
Yeah.
I just
To me, it all boils down to if you're clamoring for a guy to turn heel, then he's a better heel than a babyface.
and I was surprised when I was researching this to see Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan have more highly ranked, highly rated promos to Cody on Cage Match. I was like, well, this is interesting to me because I think Cody shits on him on the mic. Like
Yeah, that might be up for debate, but
that that's what kind of made me think, all right, well, maybe Daniel Bryan is better as an underdog because the fans get behind his promos that to me are sort of generic. I mean, The Miz, he ethered him on Talking SmackDown. So,
yeah.
like,
But again, if you look at 2013 when he goes into the feud with Cena, those promos were really great. His promos with Cena. So maybe that's what is on there. But again, I don't know a good Ricky the Dragon Steamboat promo. So, I mean, coming down to promos, it's probably Cody, but I don't know a good Cody babyface promo other than finish the story for my father thing.
I need my brother.
That wasn't a good promo.
Dude, that promo
That
is
was
good.
a ripoff of Dusty.
All
That's
right.
another thing is Cody, almost every one of his good promos is a callback to Dusty, which is great. I don't mind that. So, but it's not original. Who you know in wrestling was chanting yes before Daniel Bryan.
I just I wish we could I wish we could well, we couldn't talk to Vince McMahon now because he probably he's really out there. But if him and Triple H would just sit down and tell people, be honest, did you guys work us with the yes movement? Just tell us the truth. You Wonder Woman's lasso of
Yeah.
truth rope. Was that the fans got Daniel Bryan in that position, or did you guys know you could work the fans into it? And I just feel like they knew they could work the fans into it where Cody Rhodes, they literally told him, get the fuck out, you suck. Cody Rhodes comes back in WWE, he's like, give me 10 million, bitch, and the world title, and they did it.
Well, I think Cody asked to be cut. I
Yeah.
don't think they cut him.
Well, he knew that they weren't going to give him the title.
But I think the only reason they released him was out of respect for his father. So, and if I had one question I asked Vince McMahon, I'm going to ask him if he sent Bret Hart to WCW to kill it. I'm not going to ask him about Daniel Bryan, but
I guess, dude, that's interesting, though.
that's
And-
my conspiracy theory.
In the comments, let us know what question you would ask Vince McMahon, wrestling related,
Yeah.
not documentary or criminal charges, because he would never answer that stuff.
Yeah.
So, wrestling, he might actually answer someday.
But to me, with this debate, it comes down to Cody. Cody's not an underdog. You know what I'm saying? Like he's he's not like he's indestructible, so he's not an underdog. So it's hard to get behind him. Where Daniel Bryan's always the underdog, pretty much in every match he's in,
Yeah, see, that's the part of
and you
me.
root for the underdog.
The part of me is I don't think Daniel Bryan's a believable underdog because I know that Tony Khan loves him, so he's going to let him win. I know Vince McMahon and Triple H thought they could make money with him, so they let him win. Where Cody, Tony Khan let Cody walk. Like these people literally think Cody can't draw money, and then look at him, he's drawing Cena's money.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cody lucked into the bloodline thing. He came at the right time. Um, I don't
Right
know.
time for a baby face.
Yeah, and Roman had been through everybody. There was no one left
That's him using that brain.
except Seth Rollins.
He's smart. He knows he
Yeah,
knows to strike when the iron's hot. That's a baby face. We all root to be smart and know
that's
all the
not a that's a
answers.
conniver.
All right. In the comments, let us know when it comes to Cody Rhodes, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, who is the better baby face?